Hello everyone, I'm Rafael Alvarez and this is Alvarez Metalworks. So today we're going to do a quick review on the Campbell Hausfeld Siphon Feed Sandblaster. Okay, this is model number AT1226. Okay, I picked this up at my local tractor supply for, I don't know, a little over 20 bucks or somewhere in that ballpark. Not a lot of money. It's as simple as it gets. As you see in the picture, you get the gun, you get the hose, and then you get the metal pickup that you put in the bucket. Essentially, you put this hose into a bucket of the abrasive that you choose to use. In this particular situation, I'm going to be using an abrasive called Black Beauty. And, you know, the other end of the hose attaches right here to the gun. Okay, you just press on type fitting. Your air line goes into the bottom of the handle. And you're good to go. So here's the actual gun. Let me take this off of that toolbox there and set this over here on this car so that we don't have a bunch of clutter in the way. Let me grab two other things so that you can see what I'm doing here. So as of right now, I have the hose attached to the metal pickup and I have the hose attached to the gun. It's just, like I said, just a press-on type deal. You don't have to put a lot of effort into it. It is what it is. This is what you get in this kit. You also get an Allen wrench that appears to go right here so that you can rebuild the end of this gun for, you know, because then if you guys know anything about sandblasters, they don't last forever. The tips and things like that, they wear out. You know, you got a heavy abrasive that's going through there. It removes metal, it removes paint, removes that stuff. Well, it also removes the internals of the gun, and eventually you'll have to replace it. Okay, I don't know anything about the availability of the consumables on this gun. I don't know how available they are or not. I just picked this up, but for the price point of it, if it lasts me a few big jobs, then I'm not concerned about it. I can go out and buy another one. But it would be nice if I could just replace the consumables on it. One thing that I will say, there was no fitting for the bottom of this gun, so you will have to get that. And here's what I'm recommending. I would not just go out and put one of these on the bottom of the gun. Okay, reason being is when sandblasting, it's very important to have dry air. So, with that being said, go buy yourself one of these or some of these. These are desiccant filters. Okay, what a desiccant filter does, it's an inline desiccant filter. Desiccant, for those that don't know what it is, like when you go buy stuff and it has a little do not eat package inside of there, that's full of a desiccant type material or desiccant. It's a moisture absorbing material. I don't know what to call it. So basically what these things do, they're inline on the air system. If you look down inside, you see that gold color. That's your filter, which is the same thing that you're going to find inside of your air filter traps and stuff in your air lines, if you have a good air system. It's on both ends. The blue stuff is the desiccant. This will turn pink, as the label says on here, when the desiccant is no longer any good. Okay, the desiccant, as the air is flowing through there, is going to remove as much moisture as possible out of it and help prevent any moisture from flowing through the gun, mixing with your abrasives, and then eventually causing the gun to clog and it not to work properly. So this particular desiccant filter I got off Amazon. I got two of them. I don't remember the price point. Put a link down in the description where you can get that. I'll also put a link for this gun as well. This filter has a male end on this side and a female end on this side. Okay, most air tools, you're going to install this fitting, which is a male end. So that end, I'm assuming, is going to go first. There's one thing that I will say that I don't like about these filters is usually on inline filters they'll have an arrow telling you what direction to install it. This doesn't. However, looking at the way this is made, we got a filter on both ends and desiccant in the middle. I don't think that it really matters. So the male end is going to go into the gun just like that would, and then that will screw in to here, and we'll hook up our airline to it. So let me get this all set up. Let me show you real quick the abrasive that I'm going to be using. Well, it's called Black Diamond, not Black Beauty. Same thing, basically. So, I think I paid, this is 50 pounds. I think I paid like $7 for it, something like that. Wasn't very much. You know, I don't know if that's a good price or not. I've never purchased this stuff before. You can reuse this if you're able to somehow put a tarp down and you know, filter it out, you know, use a screen or whatever to make sure you don't get any big chunks of garbage in there. I'm not going to be spraying this very much here in this video or on this particular project. I'll show you what I'm going to use it on once I get everything set up. It's basically to get into an area where I can't get with anything else. So I've got some bigger projects I'm going to use this on. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, make sure you subscribe. If this video is old and you're just watching it now, dig through my videos. Type in Sandblast and you'll find the videos where I've used this in, okay? Anyway, let me get this all set up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this all set up. Let me show you. Just got it put in the bucket. Got this like that. And we're going to give this a try. I'm going to basically be spraying into this seam here. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm wearing the hood. I'm going to be spraying into that seam and trying to clean it out. And it doesn't appear that I'm getting any sand. So there we go. Highly recommend wearing a full face shield, head shield, sandblasting hood. You can get them at Harbor Freight for pretty cheap. You don't want to take that sandblasting stuff to the face. Okay, so I made quite the mess, and unfortunately I see we have some big problems going on in here. You have to look for my videos for the rust repair on the Jetta to see what's going on with that project. But it looks like I've got it all cleaned out. You see that it's cleaned up around here in this area. It is a little bit, kind of have to shake it around a little bit to get it to flow out. And boy, does it throw it everywhere. So ideally, you wouldn't be doing this in your shop floor, but it's snowing outside and I don't have that luxury. So it is what it is. It got the job done. Unfortunately, I see more damage than I was hoping to see. I'm going to head to the other side and get that done and move on. But as of right now, you know, my final thoughts and review on this. I'll do a follow-up long-term review on it after I've done a few big projects, but just my initial thoughts on it. It's doing what I wanted it to do. It's meeting my expectations for the price point, put it that way. For the $20 and the little bit of money I spent on the Desiccant filter and the compressor that I have an 80 gallon compressor. My PSI is set at 125 PSI, which according to the manual, that's at the high end of requirements for this. I don't know how well this would perform on smaller compressors, but on my compressor, which is a pretty powerful one, this seems to work. How long it'll last, you know, is a whole nother discussion, and I can't tell you that right now, but that's my thoughts. If anytime you're doing any kind of sandblasting, if you think you're going to get away with using a small compressor, you're just wrong. It's not going to happen. You know, if you want to do some sandblasting, even on a small scale, make sure you go out and get yourself a decent, good, you know, high PSI, high CFM rating. Okay, the CFM rating is the most crucial. I believe this is at 125 PSI. If I remember correctly, it requires like 11 point something CFM. That's pretty high on the scale of what a lot of consumer grade compressors will do. So just make sure that you're capable of meeting those requirements, and this gun should be good to go. As far as abrasives, you know, for your health and safety, don't use play sand. Don't use sand in general. It's got silica in it. It could cause you some major health issues. On top of that, that stuff tends to clump up and not flow through these sandblasters very well. Go out and buy yourself a proper abrasive. It's not very much more expensive to get this black diamond stuff, you know. So I mean, don't cheap out over a couple bucks and you know, risk your health and risk other problems. So anyway, that's it for now. Like always, subscribe, comment, like. Check out RourkeSupply.com. They're my channel sponsor. As a thank you to you, from me and from them, use coupon code METAL during your checkout for 10% off your entire order, no matter what you order. You're not going to be able to find this gun on their website. I'll put a link down in the description on where you can find this gun. But there's a lot of good products on there for you guys. Check them out. Scroll through the website and look at all the products that they have. Some good stuff, real good prices. Anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.